Join me as I turn this into this, my DIY string heart art. Hello beautiful craft friends, welcome back to Social Crafts. We are coming up on Valentine's Day and I thought it would be so fun to make this little string heart art to put some love into your home for Valentine's Day. This is a really simple craft and one that is so great to do as a craft party with friends or even individually. If you know us, if you know what our channel is about, it is any sort of craft ideas to do with your friends, hence social crafts. Of course, you can do them by yourself, but they're just really great ideas for any craft party you want to do. And if you go to socialcrafts.com, you can see more ideas. You can also get party tips, and you can even get recipe ideas for your party. So that's all there for you on socialcrafts.com. Also, all of these supplies, everything I list, will be listed in the description below. So for easy shopping that you can get everything sent to you. So just know that. So without further ado, let's talk about what you need for this craft. So for this craft, you will need a wooden round, and I like to aim anywhere in between like 8 to 11 inches or so. And you will then need a sawtooth picture hanger. That's of course if you want to hang it. You don't even have to hang it. You can place it and lean it on somewhere. But the sawtooth picture hanger is there for if you want to hang it. So that's what that's there for. Then you'll need a hammer. You'll need a pair of scissors, super glue, nails. Like I said, the size of the nails, everything will be in the description below. And I use 3 different color embroidery strings. I use 2 different reds and a pink. You can use whatever colors you want. You can put white in there if you want, but that's what I use. And a piece of cardstock or paper is fine. A pencil, and then optional items are a Sharpie, needle nose pliers. The needle nose pliers are to hold because the nails are a little bit small, so it's to hold the nails while you hammer. They do come in handy because you tend to get like pretty close to the other nail and sometimes they're hard to hold. So that's why I like to have needle nose pliers. And also a ruler. A ruler is really for if you really wanted to space out your nails evenly. I like to eyeball it, and I'll show you in the video how I eyeball getting them pretty even. But the ruler is there in case you do want to evenly space your nails. So that's really all you need. It's a pretty simple craft. Like I said, great to do it with friends, great to do it by yourself. We're just happy you're here to do this craft with us. So let's get started. So first we're going to decide what is going to be the front and what is going to be the back. Once we decide which is which, go ahead and put your front side down on the table and your back side facing up, and decide what is going to be the top of your piece. And we're going to attach the sawtooth picture hanger. The picture hanger doesn't have to be completely straight. That's the beauty of the sawtooth, those little jagged little edges. In this picture hanger, it allows it to hang from a nail with gravity pulling it and making it straight. So you're going to go ahead and attach it with the nails that it came with, and I like to use the needle nose pliers because they're pretty tiny nails, so I like to hold it with those so I don't hit my fingers. It's just a little bit easier. If you are using a table, if you are on a table that you care a great deal about, maybe put a towel down so the banging and the crafts don't mark up your table at all. So once you got that in, you're going to go ahead and flip it to the front side. We're going to use our pencil to mark the very top of the front side. So we're going to look at the picture hanger and see where the middle is, and then on the other side, which is the front side, go ahead and make a mark. And this is where we're going to start marking where we're going to put the nails. Then we make a mark across from that. You can imagine if it's a clock, you're making it at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And then you're making a mark at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So you should have about 4 evenly spaced out dots to start with. And you're gonna go ahead and put some nails in those. When you put your nails in, you are only hammering them down about halfway. You're not hammering them down all the way. You're just nailing them down about halfway for all the nails that are going to be on the front side here. It's kind of hard to tell but in this video, but yeah, we're only doing it about halfway down. So we are putting the nails in at each of the dots that were at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. And we're gonna start there. So we're gonna go ahead and put these nails in, and then I'll show you how to do the rest of the nails so they're pretty evenly spaced out. So once we have all 4 nails in there, you'll see they're right across from each other. We're gonna then work on the next nails. In between each of the 4 nails, you're gonna mark another dot. And that's where you're gonna put the next set of nails. So then we're gonna go in between the 6 o'clock and the 3 o'clock one, make another dot, eyeball about the center of in between the 6 o'clock and the 9 o'clock mark, and then eyeball the center in between about the 9 o'clock and the 12 o'clock mark. So we're gonna go around and make these dots, eyeballing the center in between that first set of nails that you put down, and then go ahead and nail in those nails. You can see here I'm showing you that I'm not nailing them in all the way, that we're leaving a little bit, maybe at least a 1/4 inch, if not more, of nail left risen from the wood. So it's not, the nails are not being pounded all the way down into the wood. All right, once you have all of those nails in, you'll have a total of 8 nails now in. Now you're gonna just repeat. So in between each of those 8 nails, you're gonna eyeball the center and you're gonna make a little pencil dot. And you're gonna do that between each of the 8 nails. So you're gonna basically be just eyeballing the center, and you're gonna keep doing that, repeating these steps until you get to a place where you like the amount of nails that you put in. So we finished putting all the dots in between each of those nails, and now we're gonna nail in each of those nails. All right, next we're gonna do this one more time, and now between each of those nails that we just hammered in, we are making dots that are about even ways away from each of the nails. And then we will put the nails, we'll pound the nails into those. And that will be our last set of nails that we will do. They're about a little more than a 1/2 inch apart. And then I go around and pound the nails so they're all a little even. Kind of look at it sideways, seeing that they're even. Go ahead and take your cardstock now, and we're gonna make a heart. You're gonna fold the cardstock in half and draw a half of a heart. I was taught this in elementary school. I think most people were, so you're gonna draw a half of a heart. If you don't like drawing hearts, or you don't feel like you're good at it, you can always print out some hearts off of the computer as well. You can look up some clip art and have some printouts of hearts, so you make sure that you have a good heart, and you don't have to draw it if you don't have to. Once you're done cutting out the heart, you're then gonna find, I kind of like to see the center, the top center of the piece of art, and you're gonna find where you wanna place the heart. I'm gonna place it in the center. Some people like to place it off to the side. Go ahead and just use your imagination of whatever you want. You're gonna lightly trace your heart onto your wood. And then we're gonna put nails on this heart as well, and I'll show you how I eyeball how to do these nails. So I put one dot at the valley of the heart and then at the point of the heart. And then I put one dot at the top humps of the heart. You kind of can eyeball it. You can see here that I wasn't super happy with where I put it on the hump. And don't be afraid to erase your marks as well. So I erased it because I wasn't super happy with it and I didn't want to get confused. And so looking at the other hump, I put one on the matching hump. And then I kind of eyeball in between those two dots and put some dots. And then I go around again. In between those dots, I look at the middle. In between those two dots, I mark the middle. Same with that. And I keep marking the middle in between the two dots, kind of seeing how I want the spacing for my nails. There are points that I thought, I could probably fit 2 nails in between certain areas. So instead of just doing one even dot, I ended up putting 2 dots in between some of the dots because my spacing was a little bit off, but it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't, as long as it's fairly close to the spacing, it's fine. It's gonna be totally fine, especially the way that I'm gonna show you how to do the string part. Having these being super equal spaced out isn't that important. So just know that when you are making these dots. Once you get all the dots down, we are then going to place the nails around the heart. Normally when I do the nails around the heart, I tend to use the needle nose pliers for a good amount of the nails because they are so close together. And then take your eraser and erase some of those pencil marks just so you're not going to see them on your final project. You can do this also before you start doing the nails of the heart to make it a little easier to erase. But it's also fine if you do it, you know, like I'm doing it here partway through. And then just continue with your nails. Next, I'm gonna prep my string. I use embroidery string, and if I use it just from the way it is, I tend to always get it tangled and it's such a mess. So I like to fold a piece of index card either in half or into thirds and wrap the embroidery string around it. So then it's easier to use when I use it for the string heart art. So next I'm going to just pick a point on the outside circle and tie this string onto one of the nails. I do about 4 knots just to make sure it's secure. And then leave that tail there because you'll use it to connect it at the very end. And then I like to add a little super glue to it. So just to make sure that knot is secure. And then you'll see here that I am wrapping the string. The first round of string I did that I'll show you here, I wrapped it super clean and super neat, and from, you know, the inside to the outside to the inside, the outside, I was being really careful. And then I realized I wanted to layer a whole bunch of different strings and that it didn't really matter. So this technique that I'm doing here, don't feel like you have to do it if you're going to use a bunch of different strings, because you can totally zigzag. You can not do it as neat as this because it really, at the end result, because you have a few different layers of string won't matter. So you'll see in the next color string that I did that it really didn't matter how neat and how clean I was doing this zigzag string. So in the next set of string, I would almost do that for all of the strings instead of how neat and clean that I'm doing it here. Then when you get to the end, hold the string tight and cut it off on the other side, and then tie it to that first tail that you had in the beginning. So tie it to that tail. I tie again about 4 times, and then I super glue it again. And I let it dry, and eventually after that super glue is dry, I will cut off the tails. Then I decided I wanted to make an outline of the heart. So on one of the nails of the outline of the heart, I tied the same color string. And again, I tie it about 4 times just to make sure it's secure. And then with the same string, I'm wrapping around each of those heart nails. So you'll see I wrap around 1, I'm wrapping around 2. Sometimes I have to hold the top of the nail so the string doesn't come off as I wrap. And I'm wrapping it around the whole heart because I just wanted to outline the heart. I thought it made it look a little cleaner. Then when you get to the other end, tie it to that tail and super glue it. So now you can see I'm starting with the pink string, and I just tie it like I did before. And like I said before, I just start crisscrossing it. I start crisscrossing it from the outside to the inside. Just really the rule is to never cross over the inside of the heart. So you're going and working around the edges. There's really no science to it. I just started crossing where I felt like there wasn't any string before. I even went from outside point to outside point. You don't always have to go to the inside of the heart. And I just kept doing this. And then I did it with another color string. I did it with a darker red, and that made another layer to it. So you can do as many layers as you want, and it is just beautiful.
So thanks so much for joining. I hope your craft turned out wonderful. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and email us at hello@socialcrafts.com. That's hello@socialcrafts.com. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook at Social Crafts. That's just at Social Crafts on any of those platforms. And also, don't forget to subscribe here. Like this video. It would mean the world to us if you like it. Left a comment. And also subscribe here. Tell all your friends about us. And we cannot wait to see you next time. Thanks for joining.